Cheers, Nancy.
Oh,
Always nice to
cheers.
have a cocktail with you.
I went to see the Drowsy Chaperone at Stage 62. It's a very limited run. I think there's only 3 more shows next week. Thursday, Friday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's a there's pandemonium. I can't even say that word.
Oh.
Pandemonium.
Have another cocktail, Judy.
What is it? Pandemonium!
Okay, we got there.
Okay, wait. No. There's pandemonium everywhere. It is and I have to say, I had seen some other scenes from this from high schools, and I was like, oh, this show's going to be really boring. And it was anything but boring.
Oh, good.
Probably
Too bad for those high schools.
I know. Well, I only saw clips. It's not the high school's fault. I never heard of the show. Well, I had heard of it because I think it won awards years ago. But what's amazing about this show and what sells this show and what drives this show and what really makes you want to run out and see it is Mark Yockham. Let's just throw that out there right there. He's the man in chair. And the story is man in chair is sitting there breaking the fourth wall, talking to the audience about theater and musical, and it opens with him in the dark talking for a little while about how annoying people are in theaters when it's dark, and it's pretty funny. And then he pulls out an album of The Drowsy Chaperone, and the story unfolds on stage, but he's also part of it, but also sitting there telling us the story. The fourth wall broken, completely hilarious. And he does drive the show. The central story of a lovely lady, is that Janet and, is it Robert, are going to get married. And they come to get married. And then come in all these other characters who don't want them to get married. Janet's an actress, and they don't want her to leave. She's going to quit her big career and be married. And they don't want her to. So there's a couple gangsters, which are played by Seth Laidlaw and Chris Martin, who are disguised as chefs. And they have a lot of chef kind of jokes about, I don't know, pastries. But that whole bit about
bevy of pastry
jokes, which are hilarious. And Seth and Chris are the perfect amount of funny. And then come in Feldzig, who doesn't want her to quit the show because it's money, and he would have to replace her, and he doesn't want to. And he's played by Nick Mitchell, and he's also hilarious. And there's another character named Kitty. Don't remember her name, but she was pretty funny. And then there's Mrs. Tottle. I'm looking in the program. Mrs. Tottendale, who is, I'm not really sure how she's related to everyone, except she's kind of this crazy, funny lady, played by Arlene Merriman, and her underling, butler guy, played by Matthew Rush. Very funny chemistry there. The couple, Robert, is played by George Heigl, and Janet is played by, I'm just going to throw Laura Berletta. Just the perfect amount of comedy. She can sing, she can act, she can dance, she's funny, she carries the show along. You do like her, so you want the best for her. But there's a scene with Robert where he's roller skating, and he's blindfolded. And I have to say,
it's like Xanadu.
It was Xanadu, and also I was so worried for him because I thought, what if he falls off the stage?
Well, maybe he could actually see,
Yeah, well, it was, I believed he was blindfolded. It was the suspension of disbelief.
We ought to try that.
I know. No, we don't. I can't walk. And then Adolfo, who comes in, and he just keeps saying, I am Adolfo. And he's played by Rob James. And he has a little tryst with the Drowsy Chaperone, who is drunk a lot of the show. And she is, other than Mark Yockham, she is, for me, what was the highlight of the show. She's played by Becky Toth, and she has this number as we stumble along that I just want to sing this song every day of my life. It's hilarious. And so she was in it, and there's an aviator named Natalie Hatcher who has a beautiful voice. She comes in and out in an airplane. Props, it's no Miss Saigon, but it's an airplane. And I know I'm probably forgetting someone. There's a superintendent played by Michael Kruk, who used to be a CLO student, and George, who has this little tap dance number, which is pretty amazing, by Chad Elder. I think the highlights for me were all the little characters. Nick Mitchell's character, Arlene Merriman, Matthew Rush, Natalie Hatcher, Seth Laidlaw, Chris Martin. All of those had their moment of perfection. And then completely the pavement across the whole stage was Mark Yockham. He's covered everyone with his brilliance loved him in that. And the impeccable, brilliant direction of Steven Santa. And the costumes, I don't remember the costume lady's name, but the costumes were so completely perfect. And it's such an enjoyable, but there is pandemonium. Now I can say it, pandemonium. Don't do this while you're drinking. And you want to see it. You want to go out and see it. The audience loved it. It's not too long. Every single there's nothing about the show that isn't funny and makes you smile and makes you go out there singing some song.
But if I go to a place and there's a chocolate fountain, what's echoing in my head is, oh, you've got to be kidding.
Really? Like chocolate fountain.
Well, you know what's hysterical? Somebody actually gave me one for Christmas. In the basement.
Do you not use it, I guess?
No, I've never opened it. You want a chocolate fountain? Now,
Yeah,
I want to
what are
see
you talking about?
I want to see if I could put champagne in it and make a champagne fountain. You put anything.
I would imagine you could. I mean, chocolate's thick, so I would imagine you could put anything in it. It doesn't look appetizing.
No,
It's
think about
like
it.
poop
Well, let me
rolling down the side.
I hate fondue.
Yeah, I don't like fondue, but I like chocolate.
I think that I get no pleasure out of fondue.
I get no kick from
Fondue.
fondue.
It's work. You can't guarantee that it's cooked.
Yes.
Now, it is a fun social thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's a fun thing to do in chocolate.
It's kind of gross, though. You're like dipping, and then you're putting your mouth right where you're. Like, people didn't really seem to get plates.
No, I'm not.
Okay, you're not a fountain fan.
No, fondant is
Fondant. Oh, that's their Toledo surprise. That's the pastry chef's little big moment. Toledo surprise.
Toledo surprise.
Toledo surprise. I know.
No,
Doesn't sound like you
the
wanna go
Toledo
there.
surprise that I know is something quite different.
Yes. No. It's